most in need of God's compassionate love.
The Palm Sunday is a liturgical celebration of Catholics world over, by which we commemorate the triumphant entry of Jesus Christ into Jerusalem. An entry that signifies and points to his identity as King, as the Son of God, destined for the salvation of humankind. This triumphant entry also inaugurates the start of what we call in Catholic tradition the Holy Week celebration, the week in which we commemorate the suffering, the passion, the death and the resurrection of our Lord. So it's a twofold significance in today's celebration. It recapitulates the identity of Jesus as Messiah, the one who has come to save humanity, and it points to what is at the heart of his mission, that is the suffering, passion, death and resurrection by which he brings about and brought about the redemption of humanity. That's what we are celebrating today. We also refer to today as Passion Sunday, and we also refer to this week as Passion Week. And what are we celebrating? We are celebrating the experience of Christ's own passion, which as it were foregrounds God's compassion for humanity. Thanks to Christ's passion, he entered into the story of humanity. And by this entrance into the story of humanity, a story of passion, of suffering too, and of deprivation, of abandonment, of loneliness, of wickedness and betrayal, of iniquities and all kinds of suffering that people experience in their daily lives, he then elevated this experience and this story to become a space for the manifestation of God's own compassion. What is the significance of this experience of Christ's own passion as a source for God's compassion for humanity? It challenges us also who experience the same faith like Christ to transform our own experiences of passion to become for us stories and sources of compassion to our fellow human being. And that's why during my homily, the critical question I tried to grapple with is, why is there so much suffering in this country, but little or no compassion by people, by their leaders towards one another in our own country? And that's where the challenge lies for us. Why is our own passion, our own experience of pain, of suffering, of wickedness, of betrayal, not moving us more deeply to live out lives of empathy and compassion towards one another? And I said in my homily that we need to transform our passion. We need to open up our experiences of passion, of suffering to God, so that we can also participate in his own compassion for humanity. So let our experiences of suffering in this land become for us impulses and momentum for living out compassion and empathy towards one another. Let our politicians who experience lives of deprivation in their past also rise up to this challenge of being compassionate leaders. Let the church in her own struggle with sins and weakness and failure rise up to the life of compassion, of welcoming sinners with open arms and giving life to those who seek God's face of love in their lives. So that's the challenge we have in our own country today. Let our own experiences of suffering become for us spaces for living out this compassion, and become for us moments for transforming our own passion by the grace of Christ's own passion to become sources of compassion and empathy to the world. That's what I try to reflect on. Let our passions not be wasted. I say to people, what you offer during the liturgical celebration is not just your money. You also offer your pains, you offer your disappointments, you offer all the deprivations in your life, you offer all the betrayals you may have experienced in your life. The Lord also needs them, so that in experiencing this passion and letting them be transformed by Christ's own passion, we can become like him, icons of compassion in our world most in need of compassion.